guys, welcome. We're going to be celebrating today some international excitement. I hear some friends excited to meet you. I'm Carla. This is Meredith. We're with Pacific Animal Productions, and today we've got Australia on the books. So please join us. We've got some fun things happening for you today.
Yes, we have some fun activities that you can find on our website at pacificanimalproductions.com, and that is under the teacher resources. So the activities we have one activity where you can draw the animals that are unique to Australia on the map of Australia. And also, it might be a little bit of a spoiler, we're gonna have a special guest, and we'll talk about all the different body parts of the sugar glider. So you'll get to know the sugar glider pretty well. And be sure that you draw your sugar glider in its own environment and send us a photo because we would love to see your artwork. All right. Who do you have today?
We've got some loudmouths with us, and pretty appropriate. This is my friend Mo, and Mo happens to be a really handsome-looking bird called a kookaburra. And kookaburras are famous in Australia, just about as famous as Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. They're my favorite Australians. But kookaburras are found all throughout that area in gum tree forest. Now, I went around the zoo today, and I found that we have a lot of native plants from Australia. This is a gum tree. I know, you were hoping it would be like gum for chewing. No, this is a silver dollar gum. And then these little beauties are called bottle brush, and they are also Australian. So you can see that their forests are a little bit different than ours. Now, kookaburras are excellent birds of prey. That means that they hunt food. And he likes to hunt all kinds of things like lizards and snakes. He'll eat bugs. He'll even eat something as big as a gopher or a vole, or a mouse or a rat. Now, the kingfisher is the family that he's in, and a lot of people would think that he's an excellent fisher. This species is the kookaburra, is probably the least fishery of the kingfishers. And he does have a pretty sharp beak that's used for grabbing, but kingfisher beaks usually are divers, and they dive in and eat all kinds of fish, crustaceans, which mean like little crabs and crawdads that live in the billabongs out in Australia. Now, you've heard him, and it sounded like we had a crazy jungle in here, but that's actually what a kookaburra does, a boy kookaburra like Mo does to mark his territory. So in the morning here at the zoo, we have neighbors that have chickens, and the boy chickens want to let all the girl chickens know that it's his territory, so he cock-a-doodle-doos. Now, kookaburras have the coolest marking of their territory, I think, of any bird. So it sounds something like this. Now he gets the name Laughing Kookaburra. He gets the name Laughing Kookaburra because of that crazy laughter sound. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. I actually get the opportunity to hear him at night often, and I talk to him. He always likes to have the last word. My friends, this is a kookaburra from Australia, and they even have a song. So if you want to check it out, it's the Kookaburra in the Old Gum Tree. Check it out. See if you can learn the words. Hey, Meredith, what do you have? Oh, speaking of small, I have to put Mo away because he actually could go for this small little guy that's coming out next.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
And right before, Meredith, you bring him out, we have people. Ginger is watching from Colorado.
Hi, Ginger.
And McKenna wanted to know what was making that crazy noise.
And now you know.
That's right. All right. And, Bonnie says he loves to talk to you, Carla.
He does.
All right. So I'll bring out this next guest. So if you have your little worksheet, you can bring it out, and you'll see that there is a word of the day called the Patagium. So we're going to learn all about that today. Come on. He's in his little strawberry. You can do it.
You can put him up here.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Oh.
Look, we have some special treats for him. So this is Jack Jack, and he is a sugar glider. So this species is native to Australia. They like to live up high in the trees, and can you guess it? Their favorite thing are sweets. They love sugar. So as you can see, he's enjoying this tasty treats. He has these huge eyes because he's nocturnal, and they help him look around and avoid predators completely. And then he has these big old ears, and those ears actually can move like satellite dishes in opposite directions to hear everything around him. And then for the word of the day, we have Patagium. So that is, I don't know if you can see right here, he has a flap of skin that goes from his top feet to his back feet. And it's like if you were to put a sheet around your back, and you put, and it attaches to your feet, to your hands, and you could soar around just like that. Also, he has this beautiful tail. So this tail helps him maneuver while he's gliding. They can glide up to 150 feet. So that's like if you were to stick 4 light poles on top of one another. That's how far he can glide if he really wanted to. And then the last thing that I think is really cool about Jack Jack is he has these opposable digits on both his front and back feet. So his feet look like your hands if these 2 fingers were together, and then your thumb right here. He has an opposable thumb. Helps him grasp onto tree branches when he's gliding to them. He's so cute.
Do we have any questions?
Ooh, we don't have any questions yet, but Jennifer is watching. Of course, Harley and Blake, I'm sure, are watching too. And she says, good day, mates.
Good day!
Oh, and we've got a lot of Australia folks. Even Bonnie is saying, good on you too.
Nice. Did you see my didge I was playing? Did you hear it? It was good. It wasn't quite as good as, but it was good. This is an instrument that's native to Australia. So we had it. We thought we'd share it.
Oh, and we do have our first question. Alistair has been watching. He is like our #1 fan. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And he wants to know, how old is Jack Jack?
That is a great question. So Jack Jack is about 15 years old.
He's a papa.
He is an old sugar glider. They can live anywhere between 10 and 15 years. So he's doing pretty well for himself.
And Andy wants to know, does he live in an aviary?
Oh, good
Oh,
question.
that is a good question.
Well, the nice thing is he doesn't really live in a giant aviary, but he can glide in his habitat that we have him in. But we take him out so much, he probably gets more gliding activity than most sugar gliders that are in captivity. Nice thing about us controlling where he's gliding, that he always gets a treat at the end of his glide.
And Noelle wants to know about Jack Jack's patterns on his fur, and maybe about that bald patch on his head.
Ooh, do you know about that?
Oh, I'm not sure about the bald patch, but I know that everything else helps him blend in. It's good common.
Yep, it's good in the gum tree forest. And the bald patch on his head gets to signify to females that he's a male, so bald is beautiful. But also it's a scent marking gland, and he rubs it all over the trees and the leaves, again, for territory. The thing with these boys and their territory, they gotta mark it. But it helps him get his name out there. And you know, good-looking guy like him wants to get his name known around town.
Very true.
Now, sugar gliders, a lot of people want to know, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I want it for a pet. And sugar gliders in many countries are pets. In the state of California, they're not legal for pets. And you know what? I would say that's one reason. They're kind of messy. But one of the most compelling reasons to tell you not to have a sugar glider for a normal pet is because I was holding this, and in a few minutes you'll see why I'm holding this. They like to mark their territory with scent, and every time he comes out, Meredith is being a very good sport, but I've already seen that he's peed on her about 3 times and pooped all over her. Who wants a pet that pees and poops on them? But yeah, cute is cute. I don't know. Thank goodness my dog doesn't do that.
And Jennifer just joined us, and she wants to know, again, how old do sugar gliders live?
They live 10 to 15 years.
So they can live a long time. And that's a long time to have a little pet that just thinks you're the best pooping and peeing thing to have out there. How come my topic always ends up on that, Meredith? I don't know.
Comes with zookeeping, I suppose.
It does. Now, we have some other things because Australia is an amazing country. It is a huge island continent into itself. And because it's so isolated, They have had very little change and have super unique animals. When I say unique, he does look like a squirrel, but he's not. He is a marsupial. He has a pouch. Well, wait a minute. I told a lie. He doesn't have a pouch. He came from his mama's pouch because only the lady marsupials have a pouch, and the babies go into the pouch and do most of the development. So when he was first born, he was tinier than a little pink jelly belly, climbed up into the mama's pouch, and that's where he found his milk teat and attached. He stayed in there until he got too big for the pouch, and then he started riding on his mama's back with his little brother and sister, and she would literally glide with both of them on the back. So they are marsupial, unique only to Australia. However, nature always has an exception. Did you know we have a marsupial that lives right here in the United States?
Oh, yeah. I think that was on the first episode of the Learning Safari Live.
It was. Do you guys know what it was? The opossum. Yep, opossum. And in South America, they have a marsupial as well, and it is called a possum. So difference between North America and South America, marsupial is possum, is from the south, opossum from the north. This is a true marsupial from Australia. They also have many other marsupials that have pouches. I bet you guys could tell me which ones they are. Put it in. It's the first person that puts it on will announce your name and also tell you what it is. An animal from Australia with a pouch other than a sugar glider. Who has it?
Let's see. Oh, Jennifer and William were commenting opossum. They must have guessed when they were guessing the North American one.
Perfect.
So we'll keep waiting. You guys let us know another marsupial in Australia.
Did you know that all baby marsupials are called joeys? It's not just for kangaroos. So even if you found a baby opossum, it would still be a joey.
I love that. That's pretty cool and amazing stuff. Hey, we've got an answer.
We do. Jennifer Mack guessed kangaroo.
You're right, Jennifer.
Perfect.
And their cousin, the wallaby. And we have actually a lot of marsupials. So excellent. Kangaroo, perfect guess. Thank you, Jennifer. Hey, also we want to do a couple of shout outs. I'm going to shout out to my friend Ryder and Nevaeh. Hey, guys. And also to Eric. Hey, Eric. And do you have any shout outs for your friends?
Yes, I believe Mrs. Bustle's class is listening
Hi,
all
guys.
the way in Rockcastle County, Kentucky. So hello, Mrs. Bustle's
Kentucky.
class.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Now, McKenna wants to know if we're going to help label the parts of that worksheet. So maybe we could bring that up and talk just a little bit about the parts.
Let's do the parts.
Yes, let's do the parts. So here we have a sugar glider. You can see got a little Jack there. And this first line is pointing to his large eyes that are perfect for him to see in the dark because he's actually nocturnal and he needs to be able to see all his surroundings because he's a teeny tiny little animal and he wants to make sure he stays clear of all predators. And then next, we have the ears. So these ears are so important for him to hear any predators, and if he needs to escape, he can. And those ears can move independently. So they move like a satellite dish. So he can hear something this direction or that direction, and he'll move his little ear to the sound. And then we have this blank, which is his feet.
Check it out. They're cool feet. Nanu nanu.
They are so cool. If you look at his little back feet or his front feet, he has opposable thumbs in both, so he can move them like this.
We know this one. We talked about that today.
Yeah, that's the word of the day, patagium. So that is the flap of skin that attaches from his front feet all the way to his back feet, and he spreads it out, and that's how he glides from tree to tree.
And one more.
Oh yeah, he can't go gliding without a steering wheel, so that's what his tail is for. It's a perfect little tail. It acts like a rudder, and he glides left and right depending on which way he moves his tail.
Perfect.
Yay.
Now, my friends, Sugar Glider can do some amazing stuff. Hey, Jack, it looks like you're finishing up your little treat there. He was cleaning up his cool feet. And I love your tongue, Jack. You're so funny. Should we see if he can cruise?
Yeah, let's
All
try
right.
it. Are you ready, everyone?
So Jack loves this little tiny thing to fly into. I'll tell you what, it smells just like him. That's probably why he likes to go. Jack, are you ready? He's like, no, I kind of like having an audience here. And he's such a handsome man for a little old dude. Where are you going?
He's like, where do my treats go?
Right here, and fly! Okay, no.
Thinking about it. You can do it, Jack Jack.
He's doing it.
He's thinking about it. Oh, perfect!
Perfect. I love flying jacks. Are you going back to Meredith, or do you want your little house? I like going to my house. Oh my gosh. Thank you, little dude. And I would... You're so handsome. Look at that. Now I'm going to hand back, and then we're going to bring out our friend one more time because we have just a couple of minutes. So if you have any questions on little Jack Jack, our sugar glider, or any questions about Mo, you just keep your hand that way and I'll hold him tight so he doesn't try to bother him. We will be bringing out our very boisterous, fun friend. Come here, little man. Our member of the kingfisher family, the kookaburra, the laughing kookaburra. And if we have any questions, we'd be happy to greet those. I just want to fix, I'm sorry, I'm such a mom. No boogers and no feathers out of place. Thank you, handsome. So these birds of prey, don't even look over there. Don't even look at him. You cannot eat that little handsome man. But in the wild, fair game is fair game. So, questions? Are we good?
We have just a lot of people that are saying how much they love. Oh my gosh, goodness. Jack's tongue. Oh, Jennifer. We have a lot of Jennifers watching today. And she wants to know, do sugar gliders hear far away?
Yes, they have a really good hearing. And
Here's his ears.
yeah, you see his little ears?
Come back.
As a small prey animal, he has to be able to hear all those predators, and he also has incredible vision.
Speaking of hearing, do you think you could hear this? We're going to sign off with this, folks. Remember, love us, like us, share us, and comment, because that's how we know we're getting content out that you want. Also, we're ready now. We're tough. We want to know how we can improve. So tell us what materials you want us to present, and we're having fun with this. So thanks for spreading the word. Okay, speaking of hearing, here we go.
Here we go.
Everybody, kookaburra time. Ooh!